Hey, good morning. It's Coach Jill. Welcome. This is the Fitlife Academy call. I am here with Coach Penny and Coach Paula. Welcome, ladies. So glad
Hi.
that you joined me. If you are watching and you want to join us in the chat, please come over to the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. We're so glad that you joined us. It's really going to be a great discussion today. We're going to be talking juicing today, one of my favorite topics. So we've got lots of great questions. If you're watching and you have a question about juicing, please feel free to drop it in the chat. Otherwise, we're going to dig right into questions because we have a lot of great questions that were submitted in advance from those who registered. So let's jump in and get some questions going here. All right. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to go down to the bottom of the list. We're going to start from the bottom up today. Oh my goodness, lots of questions. Our first question comes from Sandra. Sandra says, can you talk about juicing for fibromyalgia? Absolutely, Sandra. You know what? Hey, Julie Jarrett from Tempe, Arizona. We're glad you're watching. Welcome. Welcome to the call. Fibromyalgia, we've had actually quite a few coaching clients that have come to us with fibromyalgia who have significantly been improved with juicing. And I'm not going to give last names, but I'm going to talk about one client in particular, Kathleen, who lives in Illinois. She has been a very successful client with us who suffered greatly with fibromyalgia. To the point where she could barely climb the stairs in her home. She could not be active with her children, and it was very devastating for her with her life. And she began our program. She began juicing, removed the inflammatory foods from her diet, cleared out the gluten, the soy, the sugar, the dairy, the caffeine, the alcohol, began a regimen of juicing daily. And she actually got her husband on track with her, has her husband now juicing every day along with her. They both lost a tremendous amount of weight. They're both feeling great. And her results are fantastic because she's active now. She is doing everything that she wants to do. She has no problem climbing her stairs. They're enjoying an active life together, and she's feeling fantastic. She actually just shared some wonderful photos with me, and she's doing fantastic. So any juice that you're adding in, the biggest thing when you have fibromyalgia is removing the inflammatory components out of your nutrition. So removing the things like the processed foods. So if you're eating a highly processed diet, you want to remove those out. So really, if you're eating a lot of fast foods, a lot of processed foods from the grocery store, get them out of your diet. You really need to be doing the perimeter shopping. You need to be eating whole food nutrition, lean, clean proteins. You need to be getting the healthy fats in. You need to be cleaning out and getting rid of the gluten, the dairy, the soy, the sugar, the caffeine, the alcohol. None of those are good for you. And when you suffer with fibromyalgia, you're going to be more sensitive to these. So you need to clean them out of your diet. You need to be adding in plenty of water, and you need to be moving your body. When you suffer with fibromyalgia, it's kind of a double-edged sword. The more that you stay stationary, the more sore and the more stiff that you are going to get. And yet, when you have fibromyalgia, every move that you make seems to ache. But and again, you want to just sit on the sofa. Trust me, I've been there. You want to sit on the sofa and do nothing, but it's the worst thing for you. It's the worst thing for you. When you suffer with fibromyalgia, you need to get moving. So in order to do that, you've got to really clean up your diet, and you've got to do it. Penny, I'm gonna come to you because I know that you also have experience with this. Can you talk a little bit about what Fitlife has done in your life with your experience with fibromyalgia?
Um, It was hard at first. It's hard to get moving. And a lot of it has to do with mindset. Once you get your head wrapped around it, this is good for you. It may hurt a little bit at first, um, but you just keep moving. I did a walk at home program. That's how I started. And actually, let me backtrack a bit. Once I started the program and got off the processed foods, got off the wheat, dairy, sugar, started juicing, putting, whole nutritious food into my body, I began to feel better. And then I began to feel like I wanted to move. And I started with the Walk at Home program where you simply walked in place. I had an injury to my left leg, and so I couldn't do a lot. But I thought, okay, I can walk in place. I can grab something if I start to fall, because back then I fell quite a bit. And so I started simply with that, And as I got better at it, I found I would swing my arms, um, you know, until I began to feel better. And it was a gradual process. It did not happen overnight. But I think the combination of just simple movement every day and, eating, juicing, I began to feel better and better and better.
Thanks, Penny. I love
Mhm.
it. Anitha is putting a good comment in here, and she's saying, Jill, could you brief me on how you can maintain your consistency in the initial period of your transformation? Anitha, trust me. The key in the early stages of transformation, and it's not always easy. And really, mindset is such a big piece of this. Mindset and support, community support. And I will tell you that when I personally began my transformation, I did not have support at home. I did not have support from my family. I was pretty much going this on my own. So I joined in the Fitlife community, and the Fitlife community was really my support community. And early on, when I became a member, I remember meeting Paula inside the membership. We had connected fairly early. I think before I even did group coaching, I think we had gotten familiar inside the membership, and a couple of the other coaches too. Coach Kathy, Coach Lorna, we had connected inside, and several of the other Pit Life members that are in there. They were really my support as I was going through my early transformation. It's so important, so important to know where your support is coming from. And maybe it's not going to be your immediate family. Maybe it's going to be the Fit Life community. And this is part of the reason why we have the community for you. And we have the coaches that are inside the membership every day, and they're here to support you. We want to encourage you. We want to cheer you on, and you can reach out if you're struggling and you're having a tough day, and maybe you're having cravings and you don't know what to do about it. Ask, reach out and ask. I always like to tell this little story of two of our coaches, Lorna and Kathy. They happened to be on a juice fast, and they were inside our old site when we were back in Facebook. And they were both juice fasting, and they were having cravings. And the two of them were having a conversation inside Juicing Animals about if they could eat what they'd be eating, and they were having this virtual conversation, supporting each other, getting through wanting wanting to eat but not eating. They were juicing together. So it's that support, it's that community, and by doing that, they became friends, and they're still friends today. 3 years later, still friends. So really, it's about knowing where your support comes from, Anitha. And I promise you, reach out. If you're needing help, if you're needing that support, reach out to us. We're definitely here to support you. And, if you need extra guidance, if you feel like you need extra support, I am telling you, the way to go is their coaching program. It is where so many of us have found our success. It's how I lost my initial weight and got my life on track. Same with Penny, same with Paula. It is what changed our lives. So I would definitely encourage you, if you're feeling like you need that extra guidance, reach out to us and ask us questions. If you have questions about that, you can email me, jill@fitlife.tv, and I can definitely answer questions about that. So that's where your consistency comes from with this. So let's move on to another question. Let's take a look at Heba says, what's the best routine to be fit? Heba, you know what? There's no one good thing. The best thing to stay fit is to move your body. Absolutely move your body. Make a commitment to yourself to move your body 30 to 60 minutes every single day. You can take a rest day, one day a week, once or twice a week, but the commitment is to moving your body, whatever that looks like, and whatever your fitness level is. Maybe it's just walking. Maybe it's doing a little bit more, but making that commitment to moving your body. And maybe, as Penny was talking earlier, maybe it's starting out standing in your living room, just walking in place and gradually moving into more. And, as Paula can tell you, she started out just walking, and now she's CrossFitting, correct? She's shaking her head.
Yes.
And how and over what time did that happen, Paula?
I was probably 9 or 10 months into my transformation till I joined a gym, and I tried out. I went and tried out a couple different gyms. They usually have a 1 week or maybe a 2 week trial period, so you can see if it's a good fit for you. So that's what I did, and until I found the gym that I liked. And I did do a 30-day trial and then decided to join. And it's basically a CrossFit gym.
Yeah. So it's nothing that it's a gradual process, and you don't have to jump in. Nobody expects you to be CrossFitting from day one. Absolutely not. Just start where you're at. We've had people who are starting out, sitting in a chair, just moving their bodies, sitting in a chair. And that's okay. That's okay. Julie says, we'll get into this here in a second. So start where you're at and just move forward from there. Let's move on to Julie's comment here. Julie says, a lot of people say that blending, not juicing, is better because it takes out the fiber. Could you please explain why juicing is better? As I know there's a reason, just can't remember to tell my husband. Juicing and blending both have their place, and they're both good. They're both good. And I will preface that with, I do both. At Fitlife here, we do both. We do both. We don't exclude one or the other. And the easiest way to think of this is a juicer juices, a blender blends. And no matter what a manufacturer says, and I'm not cutting down Vitamix or Blendtec. I love my Blendtec. I love Vitamixes, but they do not make juice. No matter how much you blend it, it is not making juice. It is making a smoothie because you are not taking the pulp out. No matter how much you blend that up, it is not taking the pulp out. It's still good for you. It's healthy. It's wonderful. I do it. I just finished a smoothie right before this call. But a blender cannot make juice, makes a smoothie, because the pulp is still in that smoothie. You cannot remove that pulp unless you take that out and put it through a strainer. That is the only way to remove that pulp out of there. Now, when you juice, when you put your produce through a juicer, you are removing the pulp from your juice, and you are just getting the nutrition in that juice. You're removing the pulp. So when you drink that juice, when you put that into your body, and it gets into your digestive system and it's hitting your stomach, really you're absorbing all the nutrition from that juice within about 10 to 15 minutes. So in your stomach and in the first part of your intestine, you're really absorbing all the nutrition from that juice, getting the full benefit of that nutrition. And oftentimes, when you start juicing, really once you detoxify your body, when you drink that juice, some people will get what we call like a juice high off of drinking juice. You can actually feel your body absorbing that nutrition. You'll get I get the sense of like a really good well-being. I feel really good when I start absorbing the nutrition from the juice, um, and you start to crave it. And we often hear our clients say that they crave their juice. So when you drink a smoothie, and it's still really good for you, and you're still getting great nutrition with it, but realize that your digestive system still has to break down that pulp to absorb the nutrition that is contained in that pulp. And so your intestines are responsible for breaking down that pulp. They have to work to break that down. And it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. But realize that when you go on a juice fast, part of the reason why you juice fast is to give your digestive system a rest. So that means you really want to allow it to rest. You're not wanting it to work at all. So you're not going to put pulp into your digestive system. So by doing a smoothie when you're on a juice fasting day, you're counteracting the reason why you're doing a juice fast. So you will eventually absorb all the nutrition out of that smoothie. It just takes longer to absorb it all. And, the pulp is good for you. I'm not saying pulp is not good for you. We need fiber. We absolutely need a certain amount of fiber in our diet. I eat plenty of vegetables. Get the pulp. You should do that. They are both good for you. So don't think that one is better than the other. They both have a great place in the diet. Now, here's the thing. When you're going on a juice fast, and there's so much information out there on juice fasting, and you need to know, you need to be educated on what's good, what's bad. Here at Fitlife, we recommend really max of 4 juice fasting days in a row. After 4 days, you're really starting to affect your metabolism. You're really starting to slow down your metabolism. So you don't want to juice fast more than 4 days in a row. We like to keep it really to 3. 3 max. We do have one protocol that goes to 4, but for the most part we keep it to 3. So don't, when you see these protocols that are 10, 30, 60, 90, that's really not, it's not good for your metabolism. You're slowing down your metabolism. Your body does need whole food days. It really does. So that's why we practice what we call juice cycling, and we do combinations of juice fasting days, partial juice fasting days, and whole food days. And honestly, when I lost the bulk of my weight, I lost the bulk of my weight doing partial juice fasting days. And now I juice fast. I juice fast every now and again. I don't juice fast regularly. I don't have to. Because I eat very clean, and I don't need to. Paula, Penny, how often are you ladies juice fasting?
I juice fast maybe 1 day a week, and sometimes not even that. So I would say in a month's time, maybe I do 3 or 4 days, not together, but spread out through the month. I do mostly partial juice fast days.
I do 2 to 3 a week because I'm still on my weight loss journey. So it kind of depends. Always 2. Sometimes I do it consecutively, like 2 to 3 days in a row. Sometimes I mix it up and have like an A day and then a B day, C day, and do it that way. Typically, it ends up being 2 to 3 days a week.
And that is perfectly appropriate and you have to remember what Penny said when she first started speaking. She's still on her weight loss journey, so that's perfectly appropriate. And I will say that I will do a several day juice fast several times a year, just because I like to detoxify several times a year. But for the most part, I eat pretty clean, so I don't have to do it on a regular basis. And I also don't get into this habit of, I ate really bad, so I'm just going to juice fast. That's the same thing as yo-yo dieting, and that is something that we highly discourage here at Fitlife. Is that, I can just juice fast? No, that's not what it's meant for. That's not what we encourage. Juice fasting is meant to be a tool not a crutch. You're not meant to fall back to it continuously. So that's why we teach the right way to juice fast. Okay. All right, let's take another question here. Let's see. Here's one from Chandra. Chandra says, when juicing, what energy will I have for exercise and what kind? Only light exercise. Good question, Chandra. Well, depends on how you're how you're juicing. If you are on a juice fasting day, we do not recommend a lot of activity on a juice fasting day. Either a rest day or a light walk, maybe some yoga, maybe some stretching, some foam rolling, get a massage, maybe some acupuncture, things like that. When you're juice fasting, you are on an intentional calorie deficit, and it is not the day to go out and do 60 minutes of cardio or be CrossFitting. It is not the day for that. Your body, because it's in an intentional calorie deficit, it cannot support that kind of activity. So plan ahead for those juice fasting days and realize that you cannot do that kind of activity on a juice fasting day. Now, on other days, on regular days when you are doing your CrossFit, when you're doing your full workout routine, can you juice? Yeah, absolutely. You can still juice. Use your juice as a supplement. So use your juice as a snack. Use your juice as a meal replacement. You can still do that. And you can do a full workout. Perfectly appropriate on those days. And you'll still have the energy to do your full workout, and that's the perfect way to do it. So I do recommend to my coaching clients that if you are doing CrossFit, you really want to keep CrossFit to those days where you're doing a full food day. You just are not taking in enough calories to do a partial juice fasting day when you're doing CrossFit. So you need to support your body properly. And if you have questions about that, you're not sure how to do that, reach out to us. We're happy to answer questions on that. And do realize that our coaching program here at Fitlife is not just for those people who want to lose weight. We have people who come to us who do want to tone and build muscle as well. So it's not just for those who are looking to lose weight. So we can definitely coach you along if you have other goals as well. Okay. All right. Let's see. This one comes from. This one comes from Serena. I like this one. When you juice, what is the best type of juicing and why? Juicing with its fiber or cold press juicing, and what times would you only do either for health or for disease? Well, let's talk about this. We get this question quite a bit. I'm going to kind of segue into the different types of the different types of juicers. You have different options when you are juicing. Often people will ask us, do I need to have a juicer to juice? Do you have to have one? No, you don't have to have one. Is it ideal to have one? If you're planning on juicing long term, yes, I would recommend investing in a juicer. Do you have to break the bank to have a juicer? No, you do not. You do not. I will tell you, and this was one of the first things I learned when I came to Fitlife, the best juicer is the one that you're going to use. So you want to purchase something that is within your budget. You do not have to have the most expensive juicer on the market to be successful with juicing. Does not have to happen. And I like to use this example. My favorite juicer cost me $59.95 at TJ Maxx, and I love my Dash juicer. Paula's laughing at me because I know she went out and looked for one after I bought mine. Anyways, you don't have to have an expensive juicer to juice. It's all in, you should stick with what you can afford. It should be something that's in your budget. There are different types of juicers out there. You can go for a centrifugal juicer, which has a basket that spins your produce, and it does People say it heats up the juice. Yeah, yes and no. I don't really think it does. I really don't think it does much. I've had a central. I have a. I have two juicers, and one of them is a centrifugal juicer, and I think it makes fine juice. And then you've got your slow juicers, your slow whole food juicers, which use a more of a corkscrew type method to extract the juice out of the produce. So it all depends on what's in your budget. You can go with the top of the line if you want to. You don't have to. Centrifugal juicers usually do clean up much quicker, much easier. But yet then there's other people who have, who have the slow juicers who say they don't have a problem with them. They don't mind cutting their produce up small. So do your research. There is a site called discountjuicer.com. The gentleman does reviews on every juicer that's out there. He's also great if you are looking for a dehydrator. He reviews every dehydrator that's out there. He gives you great information, so it's a great resource for places to go if you're looking for information on a juicer or a dehydrator. Some of the places that I recommend, always check out sales at your local places. Bed Bath & Beyond, Kohl's, Target, all of those places, and a lot of them have coupons that you can use as well. And I know Paula will speak to this. Bed Bath & Beyond guarantees it, so if it breaks, you can take it back and they will replace it. So you've always got that as well. So, really figure out what it looks like. Now, if you don't have a lot of time to juice, you might want to go with the centrifugal juicer. It takes a little less prep time for you. That's the way to go. Now, if you don't want to purchase a juicer, you have a couple options. You always can go with Organifi. Our Organifi is the green juice. You can supplement it for 1 juice per day. We do recommend 2 servings, so the second serving can be added into a juice for you. So you have that option. You can purchase juice. You can, if you have a cold pressed juice bar near you, you can always purchase juice. There are a couple brands that you can get in the grocery store. Evolution is one. Suja, provided you read your labels and make sure it's not one of the ones that contains a lot of sugar. You really want your juices under 10 grams of sugar. I try and go actually for 7 grams or less in mine, so I look for the greener juices. So those are some options for you. So do you have to have a juicer? No, you don't have to have a juicer. If you're going to be juicing long term, though, I definitely would recommend looking into investing in a juicer. So, and I will tell you that here at Fitlife, we do give away juicers. So if you watch the Saturday strategies and you comment, we do give away juicers. And yes, you can win a juicer. I'm a former juicer winner, and I believe, and Paula is also a former juicer winner. So Fitlife does actually give away juicers. So and they do give away one every Saturday still. So if you are looking for a juicer, that is another way for you to obtain a juicer. So okay, let's see. Let's move on to another question. Oh, here's a good one. This comes from Manuela. Does juice help ulcerative colitis sufferers? Oh, good one. Yes, I will, and let's talk about why. Let's talk about why juicing can help with ulcerative colitis. And obviously, my dog wants to get in on the conversation here.
I think we lost her.
Oh, here she is.
Oh, here she is.
Sorry, I lost you for a sec. Sorry. Okay. Let's talk about ulcerative colitis. Back on. Make sure that we're back on here. Yep. Okay, there we go. Yes, juicing will help with ulcerative colitis. And why will juicing help with ulcerative colitis? Well, juicing will help with ulcerative colitis because it's going to allow the abdomen, it's going to allow the body to rest. So it's going to help with the digestive system. You're going to be able to rest your digestive system. And as long as, sorry, with the juicing and no pulp, you're going to have that option. So by removing the pulp from the juice, the abdomen, the intestines are not going to have to work. So you're going to give it the rest. Now, should you be doing that all the time? No. But starting out, it's going to give the intestines a lot of opportunity to rest. And the other thing is, along with that, you want to be making sure that you're removing all the inflammatory foods from the diet. Just like we've been talking about with fibromyalgia earlier, all of these different options are all inflammatory diseases in the body. So you need to be wise about how you're feeding your body with this. So remove those inflammatory foods, add in the juicing, and be good to yourself. Reduce your stress. Start to move your body more. And you're going to find that these conditions, whether it's fibromyalgia, whether it's ulcerative colitis, whether it's irritable bowel, any of these are going to improve incredibly. And you're going to start to feel better. Your skin's going to feel better. Your sleep is going to improve. Your overall well-being is going to improve. So, we can address all these different health conditions, but overall, if you improve your nutrition and you start to move your body better, they're all going to improve. They just are. Paula has improved her liver condition. Penny has improved, her arthritis. I personally have, put my irritable bowel into remission and cured my arthritis. All of it has been through better nutrition, moving our bodies, adding in juicing, better water consumption. It's all due to that. So realize that it's the Fitlife lifestyle. This is why we promote this lifestyle. This is why we are passionate about this lifestyle, because it has made dramatic changes for each of us in our lives. Sandra says, I also had another question for you. How long does our Organifi last? I can't seem to find an expiration date. Well, Sandra, there should be an expiration date on the canister. Penny or Paula, can you take a look at your canister? I know you really, after you open it, it should go into the refrigerator. It is sealed, and it's fine to be stored until you actually open it. Once you break the seal, you really should be storing it in the refrigerator. But we'll get an answer for you where the expiration date is. But I know there is an expiration date on them. Here comes Paula.
It's on the bottom.
There we go. Sandra, I hope you can see that. So it's on the bottom of the container. There we go.
And this one is May of 17. So, and it's been open a few months. I don't know how long I've had. Well, a few months only because I can't take it right now. But otherwise, it would only be open for 30 days. So, but it should be right on the bottom there.
Okay, let's see what other questions we have here. Martin says, looking to lose some fat and start eating healthy. Martin, perfect. You know what? Let us help you. Let's see what we can do. Come join us if we can, help you with the coaching program. We'd love to help you. We've got several different versions of it. You can email me, Jill@fitlife.tv. Let's get you started. Let's see how we can help you get that weight off. Love to help you. Let's see. Oh, Kristen. Kristen says, I have not been able to quit eating sugar. Any tips on how to kick a sugar addiction? Oh, Kristen, we hear this all the time. We hear this all the time. And sugar is the hardest thing to kick. And, you know, sugar is an addictive substance. It is no different than alcohol. It's no different than any of the addictive substances that are out there. And here's the thing, you have to stop. And you're going to go through withdrawal symptoms. You definitely are. Do not bring it in your house. Do not buy it. Drink plenty of water. You definitely are going to need to be flushing it out of your system. Yeah, Paula Paula says you need to figure out your why. Do your why identity. Ask yourself why. Why do you want to get healthier? Absolutely, absolutely. You need to know why you're doing this. Why do you want to get healthier? And believe me, know what your triggers are. Know what your triggers are. And I always say this. We've talked about this several times. I know what my trigger foods are. I know what I can't have. And for me, one of my biggest trigger foods, it's ice cream. I'm from the dairy state, and it's ice cream. It can call to me from my freezer, and I just do not bring it in my house because of that reason. It does not come. I don't even go down that aisle in the store because I know it's a trigger for me. So just don't do it. If you know it's a problem for you, don't do it. Don't tempt yourself. And sooner or later, it starts to get easier. So know your why. Know your why. Penny also typed in BCAAs, branch chain amino acids. You can get these. I actually get mine online because I find them cheaper. I use the MRM brand. They have a couple different, oh, look at her. Oh, Penny, you're so good. Yeah, MRM, it's the Reload. They have a couple different flavors. They have a watermelon flavor. I have the tropical flavor right now. I actually like the tropical flavor better. Mix them in with your water. And I use like a scoop and a half. The directions on the canister say 3 scoops. That's a little bit much for me. I use a scoop and a half to a big bottle of water. And I sip on that throughout the day. Every time I refill my water bottle, I put some BCAAs in there. But I will stop like mid-afternoon because they keep me awake at night. So they will help cut those sugar cravings. So definitely those do help. But yeah, you definitely need to know why. Why do you want to stop? Why do you want to get off the sugar? And again, reach out. We're here to help you. We're here to support you. Anitha says, for an effective fat loss diet, how much vegetable juicing is advisable in a day? Well, Anitha, it depends on the day. It depends on the day. I mean, really, on any given day, add in a juice. You know, a juice is good for you on any day. And depends. If it's a juice fasting day, could be drinking juice every 2 to 3 hours. If it's a partial juice fasting day, you're drinking juice in the morning. So it just depends. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, then you need to come talk to me because we need to get you on the juice cycle protocol. So let's get you going on one of the programs, Anitha. We'll get you headed in the direction of fat loss. So connect with me and let's get you moving in the right direction. Okay? We'd love to help you. See if we have any more questions here. I've got so many good questions. Oh, here's one from Bruce. Bruce says, after juicing and losing a good bit of weight over the last 1.5 years, why can't I resist office food like I initially was able to? Bruce, this is the same as the last question with the sugar. Know your why. You've got to know your why. You know, okay, obviously you could resist the office food to lose the weight initially. So what is taking you back to that? And this is where the mindset piece comes in. This is where you have to know your identity, and this is where you also have to know what your triggers are. So this is part of the reason why here at Fitlife we are so into the mindset practices, because You can do any diet, you can lose the weight, but you know what? It's not about the diet. It's about the lifestyle change, and it's about changing the way you view food, changing the way you fuel your body, and changing the way you think about it. So it's all here. It's all in that mindset, and you've got to change that. So you've got to change your thinking. And I encourage you to check out the 21-day mindset course that's inside the membership. We actually just finished that one, so I would encourage you to check that one out. That's the perfect place to start. If you're not sure where to go with mindset, check out that course. It's a great little 21-day course, easy to do, 5 to 10 minutes every night, super easy. So check that one out. Definitely check that one out. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Oh, here's a good one. Why is transformation important and beneficial? Why not? Why not? You know what? I think, first of all, what do you want in your life? You know, what do you want? And where are you at now with your life, and what do you want? Do you want better, bigger things in your life? Do you want a healthier life? You know, that's the thing. Again, it comes down to your identity. It comes down to examining your life. And, you know, are you just existing in your life, or are you living your life every single day to the fullest? Are you enjoying your life? Do you love your life? Do you get up every morning and you say, I love my life? And if you can't honestly say that, then it's time to do something. Then it's really time to do something. If you're not getting up every single day and saying, I absolutely love my life, and that doesn't mean that every day is going to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. But if you can get up every single day and say, I love my life, you know what? Then you're doing the work. Then you're doing the work. And whatever that looks like. And it's, you know, really the 4 pillars of our program. So whole food nutrition, juicing, fitness, and mindset. It's working on you as a whole, you know, and that's what we do here every day. That's what each one of our coaches, everyone that's sitting on this call right now, we work at this as a whole every single day. We've chosen this life. We've chosen this, and we're passionate about it because we've seen what it has done in our lives. I've watched every one of these people sitting on this call transform their lives and become hugely different people. I remember when Paula came to this program. I remember, and she's a hugely different person, and I've watched her blossom. Same thing with Penny. I coached her through her transformation. It's been amazing. And Johnny, I brought Johnny to this program, and now he's coaching with Penny. It's amazing. It's what we get to experience here at Fitlife every single day. And you are all here. You're watching this call. You're experiencing this. And you're here for a reason. And I truly believe that everybody comes to this program for a reason. You want something bigger in your life. You want more. You want healthier. You want to be better for your children, better for your family. You know what? Reach out. Let us know how we can help you. That's why you're here. That's why you're on this call. So let's figure out how we can help you make that happen in your life. And let us know. You know, we just had one of our coaches, Michelle Reichert. She lives up in Toronto, Canada. She came on as a guest speaker this past week, and she was telling us about her why and how she has changed her life and wanting to live a bigger life. And she's doing amazing things. And she's realizing the power of what she learned through Fitlife. And she knows how to incorporate everything that she learned through this program into her own life. And she's now sharing it not only with her business partner, but with her family. She's got a brand new grandbaby. And she's sharing it with new groups of people every day, coaching them. So if you're ready to change your life, let us know how we can help you. We definitely want to help you. So reach out. You can email me, Jill@fitlife.tv. ask. You know, we've got lots of options for you. No matter where you're at, we'll find an option that works for you. So reach out. Let us find an option that works for you. So with that, we're going to wrap up for today. Have an amazing holiday weekend, everybody who's here in the U.S. I know we've got people all over the world, but happy Memorial Day to those of you who are in the U.S. And to everybody else, have a wonderful weekend. And we'll see you all next week. Next week, we're going to be talking fitness, so get ready. Thank you, Paula, Penny, Johnny. Have a great weekend. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye, everybody.